See you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosme out of Oklahoma City. Our co-host is back tonight, Miss Ava. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. And then we got Vincent from the band Awake at Last. What's up, dude?
How are you guys doing? I'm excited to be here. It's good to be getting back into the vibe with being on the live streams, and I like that the world's starting to wake back up to music. You know,
Awake at last.
Yeah, exactly. Finally.
So the band is out of Delaware, and I said this earlier. I don't think I've had another Delaware band on my show before.
Yeah, Delaware isn't exactly known for its like cutting edge rock and roll, unfortunately. It's just like a little quiet Pokemon town in most of the areas.
So how did the band originally form? Because I was doing some research and it looks like there's like a 2011 plus a 2015. So what's that all about?
So okay, we get this question a lot. So my band member Eric and I have been playing together since we were kids. 14, 15 years old, getting together in the garages and just like jamming out with like our first couple power chords, and played in a lot of different bands together with a lot of different musicians. But there were times where I moved away to Philly for a little while, and he kind of was like doing another band for a while. And when we came together in 2011, we had actually manifested Awake at Last, and that's how it all kind of started. We like came into it, we got really into like the law of attraction and The Secret, which is like where the name kind of comes from, because it was like a spiritual awakening that music could be like a catharsis and a way of life. And we were young adults at that point, so we were probably like 21, 22. He's a little bit younger than me, but once we got that together, the reason we say that it like officially started in 2015 is because for the longest time I played guitar and sang in the band, and then eventually we made the switch over to me becoming the full-time front man, and we like got our guitar player Imran, who joined into the group, and we've had a couple different mixed members, but that's when we like really locked into, I think, like the business aspect and really pursuing the touring and those kinds of elements of that's like 2015 we got real serious, where with 2011 we were just taking whatever show we could get and like just hopping in the van and going wherever they would let us play, whether if it was for like 3 people or like 25 people, like we just did it anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense to say. I guess if you weren't completely 100% dead serious back in the day, then you're like, all right, from this point forward, we're a band, we're gonna do this, man. So
right,
that makes sense. And it seems like the band has a pretty positive message that you relay in a lot of your songs. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. I really, and again, like I said, we got really into the law of attraction and stuff when we first started. I remember like really digging into like spiritual texts like the Tao Te Ching and the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And I was like, and when I would like, a lot of that is about like ego death and pulling yourself back. And, and yeah, there's a lot of negativity in the world that, that I think everybody kind of deals with, but I wanted the band. I thought, they always say like, how can you stand out? There's plenty of sad songs out there, and this and that. But what we wanted to do was we wanted to like elevate and inspire. We wanted to like give other people that feeling that they could also if our thoughts manifest our existences and all we're thinking is negativity, then all you're bringing into your life is negativity. So if we can get out there and be like, search for the silver linings, or, take a step back out of your own way and kind of like see the bigger picture, that's definitely what we try to like get through with the message. We want to elevate and inspire rather than just like, be mopey or like kind of get sad into a microphone,
Yeah.
Right. I have a question that might seem random to some people, but it's definitely related to what you were just saying. Have you ever tried ayahuasca?
Actually, no, but I've had a few friends, especially I know a lot of my homies in California. There was like a couple of them that were like really into it, and because we would always get into like deep philosophical talks, they would be like, "Bro, like you gotta just." You gotta try it, man. Like, and I haven't had the opportunity, and again, it's not something that's like easy to come by, and but I would be open to it. You know what I mean? I think I think it would be kind of cool. I've always been kind of curious about those big kind of spiritual experiences, and from what some of my friends have told me, it's like, whoa, like I want to know, like interesting, you know, but I've never actually like had an opportunity, you know.
I'm so
same.
scared of stuff like that. I am so scared. And, you know, being in Delaware is probably harder to have the opportunity than like if you lived in California or something like that. You
Right.
know?
Well, I know a lot of like even a lot of like natives and like plantations, they'll have
Oh,
it
true.
because of like their religious purposes. And you know, we had a sound guy for a while. He was Native American. And he would talk about it, like, you know, and that was like something they, you know, it was like coming of age ceremony type stuff for them. And it was like
Right.
really cool. But
There are groups in Austin that do it
oh,
all the
really?
time. Yeah.
I wish
I was
so
actually
scared.
born in Austin. I'm from Austin technically, but
Oh, nice.
my parents were in the military, so we moved
Ah.
around a lot when I was young.
I wish I wasn't so scared to do cool things like that.
Anytime I tell the people who like bring it up to me that I'm scared to do it, they always say that you won't be after you do it. They're like, the whole reason you're scared, that's your ego, man. Like, you just got to let that go. And when you realize that you don't even exist and it's pointless, like, you won't be scared anymore. I'm always like, that's kind of scary though. Like, that is a little bit like, oh, I'm just gonna not exist. Okay, cool. Like, you know, everything, you know. But no, I've never have. But if the opportunity ever came up on some crazy wild tour or like, you know, I don't know, I'd probably go for it. Might as well.
Yeah,
What's going on?
If you do, let me know how it works out.
There you
For
go.
you. I want to talk about your last album. Was it like an EP or an album? The Change.
The Change was our first like big. Well, it wasn't our first. It was definitely our, because the album before that, Life, Death, Rebirth, was more of an EP. The Change was our first like full length, like really brought it to the table, full distribution, got it through all of the like channels, and like, you know, it was like our big push. We do have other albums though that we wrote in the earlier years that you can still find if you dig deep enough into the purgatory of the internet. But The Change was like our big, you know, our first real message to the world. And you know,
Right.
And it was amazing because we believed in the songs and we really enjoyed writing them. And I had the whole album as a concept album. And I, you know, for me, it plays out like a movie. If you listen to it from beginning to end, it'll actually cycle back into the first song again, because it's supposed to represent the cycle of this kid's life as they go through, you know, they're going through a sort of like life cycle or something. It's kind of what The Change is about, but because of that, it was really well received, and I wasn't sure that like concept albums were going to be like, you know, like these days it's been mostly, you know, just like big hard hitting bangers, and it was just going to be like boom boom boom, like cool show stuff, and that was kind of it. But it was really cool when we put out The Change, because it was like well received, and I was really like stoked at how many people really embraced it, and it helped us to really like build the band up bigger. And, you know, forever thankful to the fans for supporting us in that, because
yeah,
you know, a band is only as good as its fan base.
I gotta apologize to the viewers right now because I forgot to go back to my comment screen and share some of the comments on here. And Sam said Sebastian drops acid. LOL. I don't. We
I
just
do.
like, yeah, Ava does.
Hey.
Sam just likes to mess with me. But now on the last album that you had, you were able to tour with some really cool bands and even collaborated with a couple of them after playing with them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had the opportunity to do. We were on the Octane Accelerator tour, like right at the end of the year. So you can imagine my disappointment when coming off that December tour after being out. When we were out with Ice Nine Kills, right? And the title track of The Change is, you know, we'll call it The Change, and he actually did featured vocals on that song with me, and we did some trading back and forth, like sent the files back and forth and stuff, and it was really cool. And you know, and when we did the tour, it was an amazing tour, and I just remembered like it was huge rooms, you know, and Ice Nine Kills was headlining, and it was like an honor to open for those dudes, and we got to play with Howard Jones from Killswitch Engage's like kind of other band. Freaking, it was really awesome, and I just remember coming off. It was like coming off of all that momentum and all of that like excitement, and then like bam, COVID was just, it was like Awake at Last was like, we were like really like we were about to do a nationwide tour, hit all the markets. We were going to go back out and see everybody again. We were going to come out as a headliner so we could do like, I could bring my theatrical stuff to the table. And then like, I just remember watching the tours slowly getting canceled. And then us being like, well, our tour is like, we're not like a big band. So maybe ours won't. And then we were like thinking about like, we were at the smaller clubs, like, it's a little, maybe they'll keep it going. And it was just slowly but surely. And then eventually it was just like, what do we do? Like, we had no idea what to do, man. Like, especially like the nomadic lifestyle. I was home maybe for a week and a half to 2 weeks before we would just go back out, whether it was small runs, music video shoots, recording, whatever we were doing. We were like always gone. And then all of a sudden it was just like, welcome to your own like created prison and your thoughts, and that's all you have now because you can't go out and be near people. And like I consider myself a pretty extroverted person, so losing that connection, especially with the fans, with the people, with like the energy that like can be built when you have like friends that go to concerts with you, and like those kind of camaraderies, man, losing that was just
Who's Frank? Sam says talk about Frank.
I think so we signed recently. We got involved with FM management, and Frank Mastelers is the guy that's like our day-to-day manager, dude. And so I'm assuming that's the Frank he's talking about. And Frank's really cool. I'm excited to work with him. His team's amazing. Everybody's been super super nice. I've always been kind of like wishy-washy with industry stuff, like a lot of that stuff. Okay, so it wasn't management. So it's Frank. But I was always kind of wishy-washy with like the industry stuff. There's always those like folklores of like, don't sign your soul away to the devil, like don't let somebody like take away your creative expression, blah blah blah. And I've dealt in the past with like those types of dudes like that'll try to take bands on retainer or not do anything for you. They'll just be like, oh, just keep up the good work, everything's fine, guys, just keep paying me my check, or whatever. But and we never really like with FM and with Frank and them, it's been really actually cool.
That's awesome.
They're nice. If I need something, I can reach out, and he's like really nice. And so I've been liking it, and I think that as we enter this kind of new phase where I think like I really think that the music industry, especially the live concert industry, as long as things stay on their current course, is going to be like a renaissance of sorts. I really want it to come back big, because all those people who would maybe see a band come through town and be like, oh, I'll catch them next time, like I don't feel like going this weekend. We just had a year and a half, almost 2 years of no concerts going on at all. So as things come back, I know there's going to be hungry bands. Everybody went into the studio and wrote over the quarantine. I know we did, what I mean? And I think having a team like FM and having like guys who can like help to like deliver what we need done and like help me realize the vision for the band, like that's going to be super important in keeping us competitive and like kicking ass moving forward. That's like, so I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Let's talk about the song we're about to play. It's just a lyric video for it. It's Armageddon, right?
Yes.
I want to say this is Armageddon because I think you say this is Armageddon.
I do.
But it's just Armageddon.
But like, whenever you bring up, when you're talking about the title, it's like, let's call it like this is Armageddon. But then like the producer or something will be like, nah, just Armageddon, just Armageddon, and you're like, all right, fine, like just get it out there.
Now, real quick before we play this song is different. Right, talking earlier, the song is a little bit different than your previous style of music that the band has written.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still kept it like pretty theatrical and stuff. We always like to like bring those elements to the table. But I think for Armageddon, at least, and for me, and I've said this in other like statements and stuff that I've made about the song, you can tell that I wrote this from a place that wasn't as positive and uplifting as I normally would like to be, because it was written during the quarantine, and it's about like the division that I was seeing, especially like, man, when the quarantine stuff happened, and everybody was already stressed and dealing with all this stuff. I will never forget how like crazy politically and like divided people were. I was like, oh my God, like in the face of this like terrible thing that's happening, we're just being assholes to each other when we could easily find a way to like come together and like find strength in each. I don't know. So Armageddon is a little bit kind of like that. That's why you'll see it in some of the themes, and there's a big focus on like the duality of life and death, and and you'll see it in the lyric video too. I wanted that I wanted to show how things could be and how wonderful things are, and like but also the other side when things can go really bad.
Let's play this song, and I want to give a shout out real quick to Tiffany. Sharon's on. Sam McIntosh is on. I know some other people. Marissa, she was on. I don't know if she is anymore. Band Cheeseburgers. Really cool. All right, let's play this song, Armageddon, but I'm going to call it This Is Armageddon. Let's go.
You said by the fire, you told me that we didn't need a hero. I always said that I would keep on fighting. I didn't know that it would be alone. I wish you were here, 'cause everything changed when you went away. If this is Armageddon, if this is the end, what have we done? If this is Armageddon, I don't want to face the end alone. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. I remember everything that you taught me, every lesson like a sharp blade. I really hope that I can keep from falling, even when I'm hanging by a thread. Still, I wish you were here, 'cause everything changed when you went away. If this is Armageddon, if this is the end, what have we done? If this is Armageddon, I don't want to face the end alone. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. And when the sky drops, I'll be watching from the rooftop, destroy and recreate. If this is Armageddon, if this is the end, what have we done? If this is Armageddon, I don't want to face the end alone. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. I know we're human, but we gotta be better. If this is Armageddon,
Hell yeah, dude.
I was
quite
so
a
happy
range.
with how that came out.
It's quite a range you got there. That note at the end of
Thanks.
human.
Yeah.
I don't even think I can go that high. That's awesome.
I I don't do a lot of falsetto-y stuff, but I'm a big Muse fan, right? So like any chance I get a chance to like throw those little theatrical, because like I said, I was like a theater nerd when I was in school and stuff. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I haven't seen that in a while. It's nice to like see it going again. That's cool.
You got a lot of good comments too.
Yeah, I was really appreciative. I don't know if they could still see me, but I was like, thank you. Like, cool. Like, I'm glad people were digging it.
Yeah,
You never know. You never know.
No message. Yeah, I think these people were watching and didn't say nothing. Then the music video came on. I was like, I want to say something now. So
Hey.
I do want to mention, you are a Final Fantasy fan.
Oh,
Accurate?
yes.
So,
Very much.
Abe, are you a video game fan?
I have an Assassin's Creed tattoo.
Hey, Assassin's
But-
Creed's awesome too.
Yeah, I don't play Final Fantasy though, unfortunately. So.
So all those
Final Fantasy
little-
was a big part of when I was like younger and stuff. That was definitely like one of my faves.
Yeah, tell us what you got behind you there.
Okay, so yeah, so I like have it kind of set up, and my camera is reversing me, so it's a little weird. So this is Sid Highwind's spear from Final Fantasy VII. Up here is the gun blade, which is like the iconic weapon from Final Fantasy VIII. Underneath it is a katana, which actually isn't a Final Fantasy weapon, but I just have an actual katana just in case of zombie apocalypse. But then if you my crown jewel that I built myself when I went to a convention is ooh, my
Oh wow,
my 6 foot tall Buster Sword that I have from Final Fantasy VII, and I freaking love it.
that's awesome.
But at the
cool,
convention I went to, when I carried this thing around, it weighs probably about 17 pounds maybe, because we did it with oak. But the character that had this weapon that I was like cosplaying as was he wears a lot of like leather and sweaters, right? So I'm in like the heat of August, like 100-degree weather in Baltimore, walking around this convention, dragging this giant oak sword, like sweating all of that. I'll never forget. I'll never forget.
That's, dude, were you gonna say something, Ava?
No, I guess I was gonna say that like I do have an Assassin's Creed tattoo, but my favorite game
Yeah.
is Mass Effect.
Oh, dude, the trilogy is getting remade soon. They're doing like the remastering. Oh, I love it. I wasn't super stoked on Andromeda, but I will always love the original trilogy, man. Tali Zara, that was my favorite. She's my girl, dude.
All I do is play PUBG. Like that's the only thing I play.
PUBG's pretty fun.
I play
I like
PUBG Mobile with this person right there.
Nice.
That's why I play PUBG Mobile with. Dude, I want to talk about your upcoming tour because you haven't been able to do tours, obviously because of COVID, and it looks like July is that when it's starting. You're hitting up some different states.
Not necessarily. So our
Okay.
first show back is in July, and it's in Jersey. It's like an outdoor festival thing. We're pretty stoked on it. The tour itself, though, we got 2 of them that are kind of coming together. It'll be so the tour that we're doing as a headliner tour, which will be the Armageddon tour, starts on the 13th of August, and then that goes to the 8th to the 19th. We're hitting a lot of like Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Ohio area.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the other tour we're doing is with our buddies in Raw, which I don't know if you've heard of those guys or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, Raw is awesome. They just did that cool DMX cover, and we were both just featured on the Octane's not Accelerator, but the Test Drive. And there's another band that's on this called Red Star that's going to be out with us, and that's going to pick up right after our Armageddon tour, where we'll be on as support for Raw, and we'll be taking that one into like the Midwest, Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, and like Ohio, kind of that Midwest area. Something about the Midwest, man, they just love rock and roll over there. You're like, you go to like Wisconsin, or you go to like the Rock USA Festival, everybody is just like rock and roll. They like love it over there.
So it's an August, Jersey, August 13th kickoff. Hey, do you feel like the band is really, because you haven't been able to play shows for the last year and a half, whatever, do you feel like you're really getting ready to vamp things up? Like you guys can't wait to get out there, go see the audience, just go fucking get loose with it, man?
I think it's a mixture of definitely that. I know we've all become very stir crazy, and when we lost the live aspect of it, first of all, rock and roll in this day and age, like selling records isn't like as lucrative as it was back in 90s, early 2000s kind of thing. So these days it is a lot more about touring, and especially for us, because touring was like the best part of the job. You know what I mean? Like it's my absolute favorite aspect. I love being out and about. I love seeing new places. I love meeting new people. And so I know that we're all really, really excited to get back out there, and a little nervous though. It's been a while since we've been rehearsing, shaking the rust off, like getting ready for it. But yeah, we're definitely like stoked to get going, and we've been working on a lot of new ideas and concepts, and really trying to like flesh out like what we want the next chapter of our band to like be, and I am excited to get to the point where we like start getting the lights set up how we want, and we get our outfits, and we start doing the photo shoots again, and we can like kind of reintroduce ourselves to this like new music scene that I think is going to start opening up here soon. Because I know everybody who was doing anything last year or the year before, we all went to the studio, dude. Every band you know and love, I bet you we all we could do was write. That's all we could. So I'm just excited to like see what everyone's been up to, because like I said, it was a psychological like shock for a lot of people. I know for extroverts and introverts alike, because even if you're an introverted person, all of a sudden you're like stuck with the people that you live with all the time or something like that, you know what I mean? Or for me, who was like really about like the energy of the people and stuff, like losing that, it was really hard to like stay positive. It was really hard to stay optimistic. I was like, oh my God, like I'm just home now. It's all just, you know, it was like, and you couldn't even really work, right? You couldn't even like get my mind on work. All I could do was write. And it was just like, you know, I'm a tough critic when I write too, man. I'm hard on myself. Like, oh my God, I'm so hard on myself. Like I have to have like, if I'm writing with my band members, like they have to convince me that something is like worth keeping, or I will like 93% of what I write, I will just delete like right after I do. I'm like, no, I hate it. And they're like, no, bro, that was sick. Yes, right. All right, good. I'm not the only one.
My problem is I keep everything I write when I probably should delete.
See?
That's probably true. Yeah.
so yeah,
the other side of the coin.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Screw it, right? All right, Ava, do you have any last questions for him? We're about to wrap the show up. Anything? Any final thoughts?
If you could pick an anthem to your life, what would it be?
Oh, wow. That's a bigger one. All right, let me think for a second. I don't want to take up too much time because I know we got to bring this down. An anthem to my life. Shoo. I really like. See, man, I like a lot of different bands and stuff like that. That's a tough one for me. I really love. Oh man, you really putting me on.
Putting you on blast. Is that what they say? Is that what the kids say?
Yeah, that is. I'm trying to. I know. So my favorite band's AFI. Okay, that's like one of my favorite bands. It really got me through a lot of tough times. I know that if I could have like an introduction to myself as like a character, I would love to just be the introduction to the Sing the Sorrow record that they did, the Misery Cantare. It just is the most epic sounding thing ever, and I always loved it. But
that works.
Yeah, no, I really like that one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like, I can't think of like super, like a super iconic, just, you know, all right. So it's a little bit, this is the emo side of me a little bit. I can't remember if it was, I'm pretty sure it's Taste of Ink by The Used, where he talks about how, I'm about to be a million miles away, and I'll stand on the city, and and it won't even, you weren't there for me when I needed you, so I'm gonna keep doing this. That's, I think, kind of nobody of my like peers growing up ever supported anything I did. I was very heavily bullied. I was very heavily made fun of. I was a nerd. I was a weirdo. I was always the weird kid that was like drawing or coloring and like humming and stuff. Just not the cool kid ever.
Not weird.
So I would say, like, because I think I really like had my kind of musical awakening during that era, and that song was one of those first songs that I heard that was like a screamo song that was like, I'm just gonna like go be a rock star, and all of you guys can just like suck it, you know what I mean? That was probably be a good one. I for now I would say that's a good one. I'll let you know the next time we speak if it changes from then on. But
at least you had a good answer. I would have said like Jack Black.
I do like Jack Black.
But I can't think of things like that. All right, man, we're gonna wrap this up. I do want to ask you though, thank you so much. First, thank you for being on the show. That song is badass, dude. I fucking love it.
Thank you.
I'm a
Thank
fan
you for having me.
You got some more fans for being on the show, and hopefully that grows as we put it on all our different platforms. Is there anything that you want to say that we did not cover about your band that you would like to put out there?
I just, if you guys, if you enjoyed what you heard here, there is a lot more that we've done leading up to this. Please check out all the albums. If you listen to The Change, listen to it from the beginning to the end. If you want to dig deeper, listen to Life, Death, Rebirth, and then put it in a playlist with The Change and listen to all of it. And it actually plays out like a sequel to the previous, like the character's previous life. But other than that, if you're nearby any of these shows, now is the best time to get together and meet up. So we've posted the dates all over all of our social media platforms. AwakeAtLastRock.com is the hub where you can find everything we're doing at all times. So please check it out, and and I look forward to hopefully meeting more of you. And when we're in your guys' area, hopefully we can get you guys out to show. Maybe we'll do a little like a little live podcast, like catch up, or when we're in person or something.
You come to Oklahoma City, you let me know. If you go to Austin, you let Ava know.
Hey,
for sure.
I would love to see you guys live. Come around my area. I'll definitely be there. Also, make sure to go check out his website. Also, go buy some merchandise from the band. Everyone can use and download their stream their music. Such a great band, dude. Thank you again for being on. Also, thank you, Ava, for being on tonight. I know Monday, I hope you had a great band practice on Monday night, and I hope it was super epic. Her band's Weird Wolves, and they're fantastic also.
Awesome. I'll have to check you guys out. Yeah.
They're doing great things. Go to www.theloudspot.net. We are going to get some new merch pretty soon. Check us on Apple, Spotify, and everything. All the things. We're on all the things. Everyone's on all the things. I don't need to say all the things. All the things. We're on all the things. Okay.
Find us and become friends with us. That's all we want.
Vincent, stay right there. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to play the outro song. So here we go. Peace out. Rock on. Much love. We'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic.
Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Our pin post has to pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.